project I'm working on for a little display for Vortex of Hell, for the Civil War game that I've been writing and finishing and working on and doing art for and blah blah blah. But I want to have like a display thing. I did something similar for my zombie game, Inhumane Harvest. I made like a diorama for when we do like conventions and stuff, so I can kind of show off the vibe of the game with the visual. Same thing with this. So this is a, I don't know, half of a company, like a platoon of federal troops advancing up a slight slope. I don't have an exact like reference or like idea in mind that this is representing. It's very like like 1863, like summer of 63 vibe. So if I had to put like an exact stamp on it, maybe July 2nd, like God, look at all these cats scratch. Jesus Christ. My cats are still acclimating to each other and I'm the referee. But yeah, maybe like a July 2nd, 63, like second day of Gettysburg vibe. So like 111th New York, 125th, 126th, like a Willard's Brigade at Gettysburg, let's say. Even though the terrain is not necessarily the exact match for some of that stuff, but I'll hone in and figure something out. Anyway, but this is like just a mock-up right now, just to make sure that I've got enough. There's not too many casualties. There's not too few casualties. I really should throw in an extra couple guys in here, advancing at the right shoulder. I want it to look like a super congested, not necessarily neat advancing battle line. So while the soldiers are all advancing at right shoulder shift, they're taking like, you know, pretty severe casualties. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dudes getting knocked down. Obviously tons of guys behind them. There's a guy running away back here. He's missing his musket arm right now, but he'll be like running away with a musket in mid fling to the ground. You got a dude grabbing his thigh. Some of these casualties are stuff that I copied. So I like copied some Sash and Saber and Parry casualties and then like, you know, really gutted them up a couple years ago. Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know where this horse is from. It's an old school. It's actually a Revolutionary War horse, so I'm gonna have to most likely green stuff some more Civil War appropriate gack on it. But honestly, I could just put some more gore on it or something. This is all ridiculous information, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to figure this out. The one thing I'm now noticing with just like this mock-up, because they're all just hot glued to the base, just like I said, to get an idea. Two things I'm noticing off the bat. This is ridiculous. This guy's like way too tall. I don't even know where he's from. If he's an old, like Old Glory miniature, but they weren't that big. I'm not really sure. He does seem like way out of scale. He's kind of too much of a focal point right now. So I'm gonna pop him off maybe and switch him out with somebody else. And then while I want it to look a little haphazard and sparse, like they've been taking some casualties, because as battalions would advance, they would obviously take casualties and they would, you know, consolidate their numbers and the rear rank guys would step up. They would dress the lines to the center of the battalion. So actually this is a good thing. So we got the color guard here. So the color guard in their original formation would have been 3 across and 3 deep. So there'd be 9 men in total in the color guard. And obviously they're taking a lot of casualties. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 guys in the color guard right now. As you know, you take casualties and advanced guys in the color guard will pick up the flags. So we've got this guy here and this guy here who's getting knocked down. This would have been the center of the battalion. So in our mind's eye, we can imagine from this like pseudo bird's eye view here that this is the center of the battalion. Let's say it's the center of like a 300 person battalion. There would be like basically 150 men this way, 150 men this way. So I want this to just be like someone took a Minecraft block, for lack of a better term, of like earth out and just kind of popped this out. to get like an idea of like the carnage and chaos of 19th century combat. But anyway, all that is me trying to say that I want it to look crazy and scattered, and you know, like these guys are advancing and trying to maintain their order while taking casualties, but it might be a little too sparse right now because they would have been in two ranks, essentially elbow to elbow. They're pretty spread out here. Maybe I will go and add like maybe a third as many guys advancing just to get that packed, you know, nice and tight. The rear rank, historically by the manual, those guys would have been 13 inches from the front rank as you advance. Now, when you go to the double quick, like these guys are advancing with the double quick, as you can see by their implied speed, I suppose, and they're at right shoulder shift. So when you come to the double quick, you come to the right shoulder for Hardy's manual and Casey's and things like that. For this period, God, this is all like so much ridiculous information, but the idea is that you actually do slacken a little bit, but these guys might be a little too far back. And once again, in the chaos of battle, blah, 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 you know, nothing is perfect. And there are a lot of primary sources mentioning that, you know, men would move in mobs rather than nice battle lines. But I don't know. I've got a pretty good idea of what Civil War combat looked like, at least, you know, as told by veterans. And this is close, but I think I can do a little better. We've got a couple dead rebs on the ground. We've got a, you know, line officer, some great models again. This guy is a Sash and Saber, or sorry, this is an Old Glory casualty from years back. This is a Sash and Saber, I believe, and I believe he's Old Glory as well. So the Old Glory models leave a little to be desired. Like there's a little, what am I trying to say? The molds could be better. The new Old Glory models are fantastic. Sash and Saber is actually cast at the same place that Old Glory casts. And the Sash and Saber models are, once again, I mean, they're absolutely fantastic. Like, if we can just get a better, like, Sash and Saber, Sash and Saber, Sash and Saber. This guy's nothing. I have no idea. Like I said, I'm gonna pop him out. Yeah, I don't know, I'm vibing. I think about putting a fence here for some cool just terrain stuff. And then talking to my buddy Paul, Weirdstone on Instagram, he and I were chatting about how cool it would be to like have some sort of smoke, like, you know, cotton smoke effect or something that obscures a little bit, but not too much. But I told him I was thinking about, like, before I even was kind of conceptualizing this, I'd love the idea of having like an airburst or something above them. So as they're advancing, maybe like from a wire back here, there's a, you know, case shot that's exploding above them to the rear or something like that. Yeah, I don't know, but it's just a company of guys, well, in reality, a battalion of guys receiving sporadic independent fire. But I love the composition so far. I've got another one of these in the work too that I'm going to be doing for a friend's painting competition at a StoreCon this year. That's going to be like Napoleonic cavalry advancing during the Battle of Ailu, I think. But yeah, this is my fun Civil War thing. I don't know. Here we go. Now I got to take them all off and prime them and start to work on actually build the thing. All right, have fun. Bye.